What is up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Elon Muscular, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to eat and train more effectively and efficiently if you work a 9-to-5 job. So the clients that I work with are predominantly guys ages 25 to 35 that have a full-time job. Some guys have, relationships, some guys have kids, and we have a limited time. When we were in college, we were playing sports, we were being active, we were eating a relatively healthy diet, and we had a fast metabolism. It was so easy to stay in shape. Even some guys would have a six-pack without even really having to try back then. But as we get older, even those guys with the fast metabolisms that look great in college start to look dumpy, skinny, fat, dad bod, okay? As we enter our late 20s, early 30s. And that is when a lot of people decide, I need to hire a fitness trainer, okay? So really what people like me do is help you organize your lifestyle better to make fitness a priority. And the reason that I do this is because this is something that I had to do for myself. After I graduated college, I fell into the same trap that a lot of people do. Even as someone super passionate about fitness, my career took the first place in my life and my relationship took second place. And I just didn't have time to, be in shape with the stringent work schedule that I had and how much effort and focus that I was putting into my work every day. I didn't take the extra time to learn how to eat and train around those windows. I didn't have anybody to show me how, and I fell off and got completely out of shape. And while I was still working, I realized that I had to implement fitness into my life. I had to learn how to still be in great shape while working a 9-to-5 job for my own happiness, for my own health. And then, long story short, now I do this full time, okay? And I help guys figure out how to do this with the information that I had and use their experiences to better form plans. And I'm always doing research about how to make this more efficient and effective for myself as well as you guys, because now I'm working even more than 9-to-5, working on building this business and everything like that. So let's jump right into the nutrition tips, okay? Tip 1. So the first thing that you have to do is plan out your nutrition for the whole week, okay? Whether you're gonna be eating the same thing every day or you're gonna be eating different things some days because you're a foodie and you like to mix it up, you have to know everything that you're gonna be eating, and you have to make sure that it's in your fridge, okay, on Sunday before the work week starts. Once the week gets rolling, you're not going to want to figure out what you're eating all week and go shop for all of it at the end of a long work day, okay? You're going to want to relax. So you use your weekend as time to blueprint, okay? You use that time to organize what you're going to be eating all week and make sure that you have all the raw ingredients that you need to have the meals that will fuel your body for the training and help you reach your goal throughout the course of the rest of the week. So now that you've done the planning, step 2 is you want to automate the delivery of your food if that's possible. A lot of the time that we spend in terms of food is actually time that we spend, getting out of the house, going into the car, going to the grocery store, walking around the aisles. Maybe they don't have something that we need and we have to go to another grocery store. You want to have a way around this, okay? And with modern technology, we have a lot of food delivery services. I use the service called Instacart, okay? And they deliver all the food right to my door once a week. So I have everything that I need for the whole week delivered to me, so I don't have to worry about running out of food. I don't have to worry about going to the store. And if I need to pick up something extra, for some reason, I can always stop by the grocery store, but I know that someone is going to deliver me the food that I need for the week, okay? And that gives me confidence and allows me to know and be way less stressed about the diet and sticking to it. So the third tip that I would have, this is what I tell all my clients to do, and this is what I do myself, is try to eat as much of the same things every day as you possibly can. This will allow you to more easily order food for the week, more easier plan the week, and it'll take a lot of the guesswork and a lot of the doubts out of your diet and being like, oh, is this okay? And if you eat a different thing every day, you're gonna have to track the calories on all of your meals, and it's just going to be a lot more work in general, and you're already working so hard. So unless you have somebody to do all that math for you constantly, okay, you need to try to standardize as many meals as you possibly can. So my lunch is always 6 ounces of chicken, 1 cup of rice, and a cup of mixed vegetables. Once you know that, then you already have one equation, one part of this big solution, which is you getting the physique that you want, handled. Now, if you eat the same thing for breakfast every day and you eat the same thing for lunch every day, now all you have to do is worry about dinner. And then you can have some flexibility within that and still reach your goal. Depending on how stringent your goal is, you can allow for that level of flexibility, but you need to have some standardization at least. You need to have some processes at least. And the more you can standardize, the more you can processitize, I don't know how to say it, the better that your results are going to be. So we got our food delivered to us, but it still isn't prepared. So how do we prepare our food and be as efficient as we possibly can with making sure that our food is done when we need to eat it? Because if you're hungry when it's time to eat and you have to prepare food, it's the middle of the day and it's the work week, it's going to be very difficult to make sure that that happens for you, especially if you don't work from home. Now, a lot of people work from home now, so you can make all the meals fresh. That's great, but I still don't recommend that because you have to clean more times, you have to prep more times, and it's just generally a lot more work in general. So I would recommend that you batch create your food twice a week. The reason that I don't recommend once a week is because by the end of the week, the food is going to taste like absolute shit. And there's some food that can't sit in the fridge for that long. So I would recommend twice a week to prepare the food just so that it's relatively fresh every time that you eat it. It's not going to get gross in 3 days. So Sunday, prep the food and take out like a Wednesday night or something and, budget out 1 or 2 hours for meal prep to make sure that you have enough food to get you through the rest of the week until next time you have to meal prep. So the fifth tip for you guys is if you eat rice, which I recommend that you should, most of my plans have rice in them at some point, you can set the rice cooker in advance. So you don't need to remember to set it every single day. There's a timer on the rice cooker that you can set the night before, start cooking rice in 12 hours. And then at that point, it will start cooking the rice for you. So the rice will be fresh and ready for you without you having to think about it, because usually when you think about the rice cooker, it's already too late. You're already hungry. You're already thinking about your lunch. So set it in advance. Also, if you have to travel for work, setting it in advance would be great because then it's done. You can package it fresh and take it with you to work. So that's like a really good feature that not a lot of people use, on their Instapots or their rice cookers, is the timer feature that will start the cook for you later so you can pre-plan it and then not have to worry about it. The general strategy here is we just want to do as many things as we can on the front end when we can bring attention to them, so that later we can have full attention on our work and our workouts and not have to worry about all the things that have to happen for us to get food into our mouths that we need to fuel our bodies for the training that we have to do. So the sixth tip that I have is buy as much food as you can prepared as possible. Obviously, you need to make sure that the macros are good. So the ideal situation would be that you're rich and you just get a meal prep service, which costs you $30 a day, and they give you everything that you need to eat clean. That's what professional actors have. That's going to make it very difficult to fail because all you have to do is just eat the meals that they put in front of you, put them into your mouth, and you will receive the goal that you are looking for. Not everybody has the financial means to do that, okay? There's cheaper ways to get pre-prepared food. For example, Costco has pre-prepared chicken, grilled chicken, and chicken skewers that I use to a great extent. So as opposed to buying Purdue gross-ass, slimy-ass chicken breast for $2 a pound, you can spend $4 to $5 a pound to buy good prepared chicken for you that's packaged that will last for months because it's vacuum sealed. Load up your fridge with it and you will never be low on protein. Now there's some things that you can't do this with, but there are other solutions that can make your life easier. For example, for salmon, I like to buy frozen salmon burgers that come in 4-ounce burgers. That makes it really easy to get my salmon in to get the omega-3s that I need every single day without having to actually, get a whole big hunk of salmon, season it, bake it, cut it into pieces, put it into Tupperwares. And that's just more work than I want to do, honestly. If there's an easier way around it, I'll do it. So these salmon burgers, you just throw them in the toaster oven, makes your life a lot easier. So let's say you have 2 chicken meals and a salmon meal. You basically didn't even cook. And that's kind of what's on my plan right now. I'll just walk you guys through it really quickly. And so you can understand how little cooking I actually do for the amount that I eat. And I'm really proud of how I managed to do this. I probably spend less than 30 minutes, definitely less than 30 minutes in the kitchen every day on my own food, and I'm eating 4,500 calories of clean food. So breakfast is oatmeal with eggs and English muffins. Obviously, there's no way around making that, but it's not something that takes a long time, maybe 10 minutes to put it all together, okay? Then there's chicken meals with the rice. The rice gets done in the rice cooker. The chicken is sent to me, okay, by Costco, so it's already done. The vegetables I can make in advance, or I can make them fresh, or sometimes just skip them if I don't have the time, okay? Then the next thing is going to be a salmon burger. The salmon burger is already there. All I have to do is throw it in the toaster oven with a bun, and I have Greek yogurt on the side. Nothing to do there, okay? And then the last meal is a beef and pasta meal that I put together twice a week, like I was talking about. So twice a week, I make 1 pound of pasta and 2 pounds of beef, and I eat that over the next 4 days, and then I make it again. And then after that, I'll have a protein shake, which doesn't take any time to make. So I'm barely cooking with this method, but I'm eating tons of clean food and growing very effectively. And that's what I want for you, especially if you work a lot. You have to always be, putting your focus into something, and you have a little bit extra money, but you're really low on time. You can invest in a meal delivery service, in, pre-packaged foods for you that are pre-prepared, and you can make this process super easy for you so you can stick to your diet without having to think, without having to have doubts, without having to have any guesswork at all. So the 7th tip that I have for you guys is have a contingency plan, okay? Have protein shakes, have weight gainer shakes, have protein bars, have all these things handy, just a little bit, just in case, okay? Things come up. This week, something came up. My parents needed me to look after my little sister, okay? So they brought her over and I had to look after her. That took time, okay? That took focus. If I had to prep and do meals during that time, I wouldn't be able to do it, okay? If, somebody in your family, God forbid, ends up in the hospital, or you have to go help someone with some kind of emergency, your friend calls you that you really wanted to see and you want to go hang out with them, but you have to eat a meal. You don't want to be, shirking your social obligations or needs in order to be home so you can prep the next meal and eat the next meal, okay? That's when things like protein bars, protein shakes, and stuff like that come in. As long as it matches the macros roughly and the calories roughly of what you were going to eat, then unless you're preparing for, Mr. Olympia, it's fine. And you want to have these things on hand because these situations will come up. Okay, you don't live in a vacuum, and you need to have a plan when they do come up so that you don't feel doubt, so you don't feel fear, so you don't feel like you fell off your plan, and then try to readjust on the back end by doing something drastic, okay? You need these things as a contingency plan. They shouldn't be a part of your routine if everything's ideal, okay? But under certain circumstances, it's okay to use these things to fill in the gaps that, life inevitably threw at you, and still stay on the plan, still stay on a straight path to your goal. So I hope this video makes sense for you guys. Part 2 is coming soon with how to train more effectively and more efficiently if you have a 9-to-5 job. Hope you guys enjoyed these 7 nutrition tips. Follow me, check out the podcast, the Bodybuilding Lifestyle Podcast, anywhere that podcasts exist. Give me a like, give me a comment, share this video with your friends, sign up for Physique Mastery, work with me on coaching. Would really appreciate all that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys.